Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Is that such a thing? Happy Monday sounds weird, doesn't it? No, it is always Happy Monday when I'm here in my craft room, and I'm so excited to be coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, in case there's somebody new joining. I have another fun card, you guys, using the Hats Off bundle. I know I've been using this one a lot, but I am super excited, and I'm so excited for my online class. Have you joined yet? I will post the link when I'm done. The online class is free when you purchase the Hats Off bundle. So the Hats Off is the stamp set here, the photopolymer stamp set with the dies. I know I featured it last week, but I'm not done yet because yesterday I was invited to present at a fellow demonstrator, a really good friend of mine, Genevieve Coe. She had a stamp camp yesterday, and I was invited to present at her camp. So I am so excited because I want to do my own stamp camp now. So keep listening, keep watching, because I have lots of stuff coming up this summer, you guys. Tomorrow is June 1st and it kicks off my summer promotion, and I'll tell you all about that tomorrow. Tomorrow when you join me live at 9 o'clock, you want to bring your mini catalog and a red Sharpie or marker or something. I'm going to show you all of the stuff that's going to be on sale from the mini catalog starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So you'll want to join me tomorrow morning for that. So let me tell you about my online class that I have going on right now. So when you purchase this stamp set and the bundle, the stamp set and the die from me under my online store, I will post the link and you can just click on it and go ahead and purchase it. It'll be sent right to your door. And then I will get an email notification that you've purchased that with me, and I'm so gracious, thank you. I'm going to send you all the cut pieces for 4 cards. Now, you'll have your own dies and your own stamps to be able to make those cards. I'm also going to send you a private video so that you can watch me make those cards, and you can pause and fast forward and rewind, and you can watch that video as much as you want. Nobody has seen those cards online. Those are exclusive to just my online customers for this card class. This is an online class I'm providing. So good morning, Jen. Thank you for joining me. I got my coffee here too. So hi, Karen. Thanks for joining me all the way from Newfoundland. Appreciate you popping in. Okay, so yes, I featured this card yesterday, but my customers have not seen this one. So I've saved this one for you guys here this morning. And the fold is called a bookbinding fold. And you can do this. I know it's another fun fold. I usually do fun folds on Friday, but I really want to share this card with you before I move on to another stamp set. The Hats Off bundle is just fantastic. There's so many wonderful things you can do with this set. It is definitely a keeper. Good morning, Jose. Good morning, Pam. I see everybody popping on. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's flip the camera and get started. And move my coffee out of the way. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just turning my camera here so you can see my work surface. Now I have here my Stamparatus, and you're probably thinking, I thought you were going to make a Hats Off card. I am going to make a Hats Off card, but I want to use this spiral die. It's called Spiral Die. It's a stamp, but it's a big background stamp, okay? Looks like this, and I love, love, love this stamp. There's so much you can do with it, you guys. We're going to play with it today, and we're going to make a beautiful pattern using a couple of colors. I want to share some tips with you on using this stamp. So I've put it onto my Stamparatus here, and I've brought in 2 Incolors. I have Fresh Freesia and Polished Pink. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, and I have a piece of basic white that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm popping that onto here. I'm not going to use the magnet to hold it down because the magnet will be in the way when I go to stamp it, right? Because my stamp is so big. So let's go ahead and ink this up with Fresh Freesia. Make sure you get lots and lots of ink on there. Make it nice and juicy. And then we're going to lower that down onto our basic white cardstock. I'm going to press all the way around, make sure I'm inking it up good. And then we're going to see, oh, and I missed a little spot. That's okay. We can go back over it. Let's see. It's always that inside corner, right? That gives me a challenge, but it's okay. We can come back here and we're going to just press down on that side. and there should be no problem. There we go. Okay, so now this is the trick to this, using this stamp. You're going to turn it, okay? We're going to turn it 180 degrees clockwise. You can go counterclockwise if you want it, but I'm just turning it like that. I'm going to lay that back down. I'm going to grab a baby wipe. I'm going to clean up my stamp. Now you could use your chamois. I just have a baby wipe handy, so I'm just going to grab that baby wipe and clean this up. And I'm going to come in with Polished Pink. So I'm going to go over top of my spiral die stamp. This is a brand new background stamp. And you could do, oh my gosh, so many different color combinations you could do with this. And then so remember, I just turned the cardstock. The stamp has stayed put. So now I'm going to lower down, press, press, press all the way around, making sure you're focus on the inside corner, because sometimes that needs a little bit of extra pressure to get that stamped down good. And there we have it. Look at that beautiful psychedelic tie-dye look. And that's how you get two colors using this beautiful spiral die stamp. Now, I'm just going to lay this across here and set it off to the side. And I like to actually take this to the sink and just rinse it. It just cleans it up. Whoops, cleans it up real good. Try not to drop it on the floor. Okay, let's push that off to the side. Now I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine so you can see what I'm going to do here. And we have my machine. I'm going to use my big one because I'm going to cut a couple of dies. So for the cutting, we have our numbered plates. We have number 1 first, then we put our number 2 down, and then our cutting plates are both labeled number 3. So we need 1 cutting plate on the bottom, then we need our cardstock, like that, and I'm going to do a couple of different cuts here. I need a piece of scrap fresh freesia, so let me grab that. Okay, so I've got a scrap piece of fresh freesia. I like to do all my die cutting at once, and then I can put my machine off to the side and get going on the rest of the card. Okay, let's bring in our dies. So we have our big ball cap die. I'm going to cut, you can actually get 2 out of this sheet, but I'm just going to do 1 for now. And I'm also going to cut this shape right here. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining me. It's good to see you here. Happy Monday. Okay, so I've got that on here. Now I'm just going to take my top plate, lay that on top, and we're going to roll this through. And all the popping and cracking sounds are normal. So let's see what we've got. We've got our die, our ball cap die. Isn't that cool? I just love this. A little tie-dye ball cap, and we have our little label. So now we're going to do some stamping. And I have another piece here. I can actually go and get another ball cap out of 1 piece. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for joining me. Good to see you. So let's move all of my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine stuff out of the way. Now we're going to do some stamping. So let's bring in our stamp set. So we have the ball cap here. I'm just going to put my dies back in place so I don't lose them. So I have taken my stamps off of this plastic sheet and I've laid them onto my case. But this thick piece of plastic, I take that and I just lay it on here to protect my stamps. So that's just one thing that I do. Then I'm going to grab my ball cap here and lay that down on my desk flat. I like to do that because this is kind of flimsy. So when you're going to put it onto your block, you could put it on, you could come in here and you could twist it, not on purpose, of course, but if you lay your stamp down like that, face down, then you know you're not twisting it, right? It's just laying on the table. So I'm going to take my block and I'm going to pick it up like that. And then I know that it's in the right position. And I'm also going to grab this one. Yes, it says Life is Great. I grab a little block and pick that one up. This is a little tip on how to pick up your photopolymer stamps so they don't get twisted. Okay, so we're going to ink this ball cap up with Yes, Cheryl, you need this set. Everybody needs this set for sure. That is my goal. Everybody needs this set in their collection. I'm going to ink up my ball cap with Memento ink. Just tap, tap, tap all the way around. And then I'm going to lower down here over top. I'm hovering over my die cut image, and I'm just going to stamp that ball cap right on top like that. It sticks, but that's okay. So there's my ball cap, and I have another die cut here, and I'm going to stamp my Life is Great on here. Okay, just hover and then stamp on top. There we go. We've got that. And now we can just go ahead and put that together. You know, when I first saw this stamp set, I was telling the girls that were at the class yesterday, when I first saw this stamp set, that I thought, oh, great for masculine. All the boys, all the guys in my life, my dad, my husband, my son, father-in-law. I thought this would be a great masculine set, but I have made so many different feminine ones with it too, right? So it's great for everybody. Okay, so there's my ball cap. Now what are we going to make? Let's put this off to the side here and bring in my card pieces. So for this card, I have a piece of fresh freesia that measures 4 1/4 by 11. I've just cut it down the long side in half. And I have 2 pieces of basic white that measure 4 by 4. And I have a piece of basic white that measures 1 inch by 4. And those are my cardstock pieces that I need. I also have some scrap. What did I do with my scrap? Some scrap pieces for my punching. Yes, here we go. I have some scrap of the polished pink and a little scrap of basic white. So these are the pieces that I need for my card. And I'm going to bring in my paper cutter and show you how to score this, because we're making a card called the bookbinding fold. So it's pretty simple. There's only 2 score lines to remember. So you pop your paper back into your paper cutter, and we're going to score. So I'm going to use the light gray scoring tool. And my measurements are 5 1/2. I'm going to score it in the middle at 5 1/2. That's what we would normally do making a card this size. I'm going to extend out my arm because I want to also score at 6 3/4. Just going to slide that down to 6 3/4 over here and do another score line. All right, so that's my fresh freesia. I'm going to score this. I'm going to burnish this in half here like this. And then again, this piece, I'm going to burnish it. And then what I want to do is let's do some stamping first. We're going to just set this off to the side. We're going to do a little bit of stamping on this 1 inch piece. And for that one, I'm going to bring in this little tiny star from the stamp set, this one right here. I'm going to put it onto a little block, and I'm going to stamp it with polished pink. So I've got my polished pink here. I'm just going to do some random stamping off the edge, like so. Just kind of making my own designer series paper, I guess you would call it. You could use anything. You could use designer series paper, of course, for this. And you can add as many or as little stars as you want. I'm just going to come on in here and fill in the rest. Fill in those gaps, maybe a couple more here, and maybe one more. Can go right to town with the stamping. Okay, so I'm going to bring in now fresh freesia, and I have my finger dauber, and put that on my finger, and I'm going to dip into the fresh freesia, and I'm going to just add a little bit of color to the outside edges of this piece. No naked white edges, right? It looks so much softer, and it just matches everything so nicely when you add a little bit of color to these edges. There we go. So there, we've got our piece for the side, and I'm going to set that off to the side. We're going to glue that down onto the front panel. Just going to add a little bit of glue, and that is going to go right on this little piece right here. Now, it's a bookbinding fold, so this is going to sit as my bookbinding, so it's going to fold like this, and this has to be secured. But before I secure it, I'm going to bring in some tear tape, and I'm going to put tear tape along this edge. Let me grab a little bit more. Tear tape comes in a little bag like this, and I love this tape because you can just take it and just tear tape it, right? Tear and tape, it's actually called tear and tape adhesive. So you don't need your scissors. It's a quick and easy tape, and you just remove the little wax paper covering. And I've got a little extra piece here that I'm going to put down just for extra reinforcement. Why not? I don't want to waste it. Might as well put it on my card. Okay, so I've got my glue on that spine there. So now what I want to do is I'm going to bring in some of that beautiful new Incolor ribbon. It is called Open Weave, and it comes in all 5 colors, of course. This is the Polished Pink Open Weave ribbon, and it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to put a little bit down on there. I'm going to come around the front of the card, and I'm just going to extend it off the edge a little bit and wrap that around. And then I'm sticking it down onto that tear and tape adhesive. All right, so now I've got quite a bit of glue on here. So I think I'm good. I may add a little bit more, just a tiny bit at the top, just to hold the ribbon in place, just so it doesn't pop out. And maybe another little strip down here to hold it in place. And then I'm just going to close up my card. So let's turn it around here. Just close this up and press down. So now I have the bookbinding part. This is the little secure part. And the ribbon is all secure. And then I'm going to bring in my ribbon again and cut another piece that measures about 4 inches. And I'm going to do my favorite little faux bow. So this is going to tuck underneath the ribbon like that, because remember, I didn't add any glue behind this ribbon. It's all loose. So I'm just going to take my ribbon and I'm just going to turn it and tie a knot. Just a little knot. And then to get a gentle knot, you just kind of just work with it so you've got like a smooth knot on the front, like this. I'm just turning it so that it's smooth. And then when I'm happy with it, and then I can gently pull it and make it tighter. And then the beauty of this knot, this faux bow, is that you can pull it. So you can pull it to the bottom, you can pull it back up to the top until you've decided where exactly you want it. And then you can go ahead and snip your tails. I'm just going to snip the tails on an angle here like that. And there we have it. Okay, so let's bring in our 4x4 pieces. So we have one for the inside and one for the outside. And we're going to do some sponging, finger daubering with the Polished Pink. Nope, I'm sorry, Fresh Freesia. Fresh Freesia is the lighter purpley color. I love this color. It's such a pretty color. It matches all of our purples so nicely. It's going to go great with Gorgeous Grape. It's going to go great with Highland Heather. You can see that it goes really well with Polished Pink. So it's a really, really nice purple. Really soft. Okay, so there we've got our little bit of Fresh Freesia on the edges. Let's go ahead and do the inside and make it all match. And go all the way around. I love using the finger dauber because I don't get ink all over my fingers. It just sits on the end of my finger there. Thank you, Kay. Thanks so much. I hope you guys will try your hand at this card, and you can totally customize this with any color combination. This could be a masculine card. I mean, this could be masculine with purples and pinks, right? Guys can wear purples and pinks. Why not? So, but you can also make it with traditional, masculine colors. It could be yellows and greens and blues, all the different shades. There are so many Stampin' Up! Colors that would work really nicely on this card. Okay, so I'm taking my 4x4 square and I'm going to mat that on the front. I got a little bit of glue there. Let's just pick that up. Okay, that's the front. And then the inside, I got the same size, going to sit right here. There we go. Okay, so our hat is going to sit right up here. We can go ahead and put that on. I'm going to grab 3 dimensionals and put this down. So 1, 2, 3, like that. And we'll peel off the backing and we'll go ahead and put that onto the card. And then all we have left is to do is the greeting, right? So life is great. Yes, it is. Life is great when you stamping. It's such a fun hobby. And don't forget today, you guys, if you have not picked up, you want to do cancer caps. Oh, what a great idea, Kay. Yes, absolutely. You could do so many different ball caps with this. The possibilities are endless. I was going to mention, if you have not purchased that starter kit yet, you definitely want to do it. Today is the deadline, you guys, to sign up to get the starter kit. You get to pick $206 worth of whatever you want. And it is the best deal in the whole entire catalog. It's the best deal. It's always the best deal. And you get to pick, $206. You could put this bundle. This bundle's only $47.50. You could put this in your starter kit and you can get a whole bunch of other stuff, right? You could get the stamp and cut and emboss machine. You could get the mini boss. So many things. So here I've stamped the Here's to the Next Adventure with Polished Pink. I'm using the double oval punch. Love, love, love this punch. I've cut my paper only 1 1/4 inch wide so that I can slide it into the punch from the side here and put it at the bottom and not wasting anything, right? I've just got it in the spot where I want it. I'm going to pop that out. And when I was chatting, I already took my polished pink and put into the top part of the punch. And now I can layer these together, but not before I sponge. So let's go ahead. All of the white pieces on this card are going to be sponged with a little bit of our fresh Freesia here. And we'll add a tiny bit of glue, multi-purpose glue, and we'll layer that. Isn't this awesome? This punch is the bomb. It really, truly is. If you don't have your double oval punch yet, you should grab that, put it in your starter kit today and get all of this stuff. What is the starter kit? It's whatever you want. It's whatever you want, guys. You get to pick $206 and you're only going to pay $135 in Canada here. And it'll come to your door, no shipping, no GST. And you are now a discount shopper once you have that starter kit, and you can purchase all of your purchases going forward will be at least a 20% discount, and you can double dip and become your own hostess. There are so many perks to being a demonstrator, you guys. You don't have to host parties. You don't have to run a business. You can be a discount shopper. Many of my Ink-Sided Canadians team are discount shoppers, and I love every single one of them. So I invite you to join my team today. It would be so exciting to have you join. I'd love to see that email come through that you have joined with me. It makes my heart so happy to have people join my Ink-Sided Canadians team. And let me just flip you around here. Oh, sit down. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Kay. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. I have had a blast making these ball cap cards. I love, love, love them. I just can't stop. I want to keep cutting all my designer series paper. Let me just recap some that I've done this past week. And remember, these are not the 4 that are in my online class. So if you want to take my online class, please do. I'm going to share the other ones with you. Look at this one. This one is made using the Hostess paper. This DSP, the only way to get that is to host a party and get this paper. Okay, so you can get that one. That's another girly one. I did these 2 last week on my Facebook Live, and they feature the pale papaya, the evening evergreen, and the soft succulent. Love, love, love those colors together. I started off last Monday casing. How do the dies for the paper pumpkin? Okay, I'm sorry, Pam, I can't understand your question there. How do the dies for paper pumpkin? So paper pumpkin doesn't have dies that come with it, but you can also use your dies to cut out paper pumpkin. Like you can use your layering circle dies and all of those things, right? You can still use all of your regular Stampin' Up! Products to cut out images with your paper pumpkin. But paper pumpkin is the kit is designed so that when you get it, you have everything you need to get started. So you don't need to have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or dies or anything like that. You can just pull out all your supplies with paper pumpkin and just get going, right? Okay, this one here is a case from the catalog. Okay, that one's you'll actually see that in the catalog. And I also did this one with the little mini ball caps. The greeting is to the guy that wears many hats. Dies with the stamps in this month's paper pumpkin. I don't think we have dies with this month's paper pumpkin. Maybe I'm missing something, Pam. I'm sorry. Okay, so we also have this one. It is a fun fold that we did on Friday. This is the sidestep card with the dad, and I know this is reversed in your screen, but you can't read, but it says, "You are the best." Okay, so those are all the cards I have done in the last week, and the die cuts. Okay, Jen is questioning, are you talking about the baseball die cut, baseball stamp, paper pumpkin? Let me grab that. I have it here. Maybe you're thinking it all works together. The paper pumpkin is this one. Oh, does this work with the die? I think that's maybe what you're asking, Pam. Let's see. That's a good question. The ball cap, I don't think it'll work because the ball cap for this die, so this is a photopolymer stamp, and this ball cap, let me just flip my camera back so you can see from down here. Okay, so let's take a look. So I think that's what you're asking, right? This ball cap here, whoa, how does it coordinate? Yeah, exactly. Pam is talking about maybe the die cuts, these die cuts, and this ball cap. So this is the stamp set that came in the paper pumpkin, the batter up paper pumpkin. So we've got a ball cap here. Let's take it out and take a look. So this cuts out solid, right? So let's see. If we cut out, it's reversed. It's reversed. So this ball cap is bigger, right? So let me just grab that die. So it's bigger and it's also reversed. So this ball cap cuts out like this direction, like the peak is pointing this direction, and the stamp is bigger, right? So they don't coordinate. I think that's what you're asking, Pam. They don't coordinate together. But you could totally use this, and you could totally use all of the paper pumpkin stuff with these this stamp set, right? They could totally coordinate together. Let's see. We've got, the world's greatest, you are the best, all-star. That totally works. And the bat. Look at the bat. This is, in case you're just joining us and wondering what I'm talking about, these are the stamps that came in the Batter Up stamp set, or the Batter Up paper pumpkin kit. And if you are a paper pumpkin subscriber, you could totally use these products together. Absolutely. And yeah, you do get the ball cap, but it doesn't match with the die, because when the die cuts out, the peak points the other way. Okay, so I think I've answered your question, Pam. If not, private message me and I will help you out even further. Okay, so let me just put my stamp back here before I forget and I lose it. Let me just flip you back around. Oh my heavens. I am so sorry, you guys. Excuse me. Facebook Live. Oh my God. Excuse me. I could not hold that sneeze in. Okay. It's spring. It's probably allergies. I don't know. Thank you all for joining me for my card today. If you're just joining me, you can go back and see. This is the one that I made today. Yes. So we do have lots of, thank you, Lena. Stuff that happens on Facebook Live. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thanks, everybody. And if you're interested in the Hats Off online class, please let me know. I will send you a link. I will post the link here, and I'll post it as an event. You want to grab that class really soon, because I only have a limited supply for that class, so it is selling out. And I want to get these cards to you before you go ahead and order your bundle through Stampin' Up, and then I will send you your cards, and then you can make your own 4 cards that I have designed using this bundle. Okay, that's my online class. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Bye-bye.